Hello, everybody, and welcome to Leo and Kelsey's Little Repair Shop. This is MinnMax. This is New Show Plus. I'm Ben Hansen, joined by Leo, the Vault Dweller Vader.
Pleased, my character's name is Rolled Goldman.
Okay.
I'll only be answering to that.
Now, he's playing Fallout 76 because, Leo, every week we let $10 supporters on Patreon vote to choose which new show we create or continue here at MinnMax. And they said, I'd argue like 125 people said, by God, we want a show called Leo's Repair Shop, where it's him, Leo's Little Shop, where it's him showing off his wares in Fallout 76 and inviting actual real life players to come in and check it out. But there's a twist, Leo. And the twist is, it has only happened a few times throughout the course of MinnMax's history. But people also said, I'd argue 125 exactly people also said, no, we want a new episode of Kelsey Lewin's console repair. So Kelsey Lewin's also here.
Hi.
Hi. So what we've done through the magic of computing is we've actually installed Kelsey Lewin's console repair shop into the back of Leo's little shop in Fallout 76.
Very spacious here.
Yeah, Leo, do you want to show us Kelsey in the game?
Here's Kelsey. She's wandering around. She sometimes cooks, hence her oven and apron.
Okay, yeah.
It primarily repairs old
Wait,
consoles.
how can you customize me? What is this customized?
Oh, okay. Well, don't teleport away, Kelsey. I'm trying to customize you.
Sorry.
I believe I can change her clothes. Your clothes.
Okay. Let's see. It's kind of like a plaid dress type thing.
Yeah.
If that's an option for you.
I'll give you a surveyor outfit. What do you think about that?
Okay. That sounds wonderful. I love to survey things.
Perfect.
You're surveying
it's kind
that
of her specialty.
pork chop right now.
Wow. Yeah. And boy, what a pork chop do I have here with this GameBoy.
This show's working out.
This makes sense.
Kelsey, what are you showing off today in the back of Leo's shop?
I have a big stack of Game Boy games that need new cartridge batteries,
Yes.
So a lot of old cartridges, they hold their save data on what is essentially like a little watch battery. They were not nice enough to make those nice ones like watches that you can just pop in and out. They're actually soldered. There you go.
Ooh,
They're actually soldered onto the board there. So we're going to be replacing those. This one's probably from like 1991. We're going to replace one with a modern one, and it'll hopefully live for the next 20 years.
That's amazing. And this is something that people come in and request a lot in the store for Pink Gorilla, or
We
how does
just
that come up?
we just do it. Any game that has a battery, we just go ahead and do it, which is it's extremely overkill for some things because I know some games people are never going to play or never actually try to use. But it's nice. I think it's nice to fully refurbish the things and have them be like, look, if you buy this now, it's going to work. It's going to be good. It's going to be good for like 20 years. It's our little philosophy.
Yeah. And the goggles, do you have to wear those and the welding mask as you're soldering batteries? Is that
It's for
essential?
safety.
Okay. It's
my rule.
That's an amazing service. Like, but here's my question, and maybe this is the gross marketing part of me or something, but like, how do you communicate that to people that come into the Pink Gorilla store? Like, okay, I feel like every customer I would say, this is how much we care about everything. We're replacing Game Boy cartridge batteries for you before we resell them.
We put a little sticker on them that says "New Safe Battery" on.
Oh, that works too.
On all of them. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I do like to. That's like one of the things I do like to brag about sometimes is because a lot of people, they'll read that and they'll be like, "What does that mean? What is a safe battery?" And then I'm like, "Well, see, they're little watch batteries, and replace all of them, and we're really looking out for you." So
yeah, that's perfect. Now, Leo, who are you looking out for, man?
I'm looking out for new players. Right here on the map is where new players spawn. And I've named my camp, which is technically called Goldman's Basics for cheap. I've just called it Welcome New Wastelanders, because literally all they have to do is take the set path down, the given main path, and you walk right up.
Whoa.
To Goldman's Basics for cheap. And I have really tried to have a bunch of level
cute.
1 items here and stuff for new players with nearly no caps. Stuff for sale for nearly no caps. so that
So
they actually can possibly buy something.
You didn't build this. You're just kind of camping inside of this store and
I built it.
commandeering. Oh, you built this?
I built it from the ground up.
Wow, that's good placement. Good real estate.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it really is prime placement.
Real estate is everything in business. So
Why?
Yes, location, location, location.
yeah,
Free real
that's why
estate.
they say it 3 times.
Like Beetlejuice. That's how you would get it. Why isn't everybody just putting their shop right at the entrance? Why are you so smart?
Because new players don't have much money. Like, if people want to make money with their shop, it kind of doesn't make sense to put it here, because you might not even come back as a more leveled up player.
Right.
But I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for quantity of sales.
Unfortunately,
That's
you're
what would thrill
partnered
me.
with somebody who's in it only for the money, which is Kelsey behind the shop. So
Right.
yeah, I hope you're paying her.
No,
well.
see, I'm providing this service for free. So this, I think it's safe to say. Like, I will say, look, I try not to get gross on here and brag about my store and stuff,
we go.
but you know, other stores charge like, I see most people charge like $10 for this. This battery costs us $1.50, and it doesn't take me very long. I'm already done.
What?
Wow,
just with one.
This is just like the moment in the Fallout TV show.
Yeah. So we charge $5, and if it, like, you know, if you're bringing in your own cartridge, or every single cartridge you buy from us has already had it done, even if the cartridge itself only costs $2. So.
Whoa! But you are wiping all the saves when you take that battery out.
If it had any saves left still, because by this time a lot of them are already dead, so it never it didn't have a save.
I have a dumb question. So those little watch batteries, like, battery tech hasn't changed that much? I would assume that's some weird proprietary thing from 1989 that doesn't exist anymore.
It's not really proprietary though, because like I said, these are literally watch batteries. Like, they're used in other small electronics and stuff. These are called I've got CR 2025s and 1616s over here, and those are just like standardized sizes. They're used in other things. They're used in like hearing aids and stuff. It's like, you know, when you go to there's no Radio Shack anymore, but like, I guess the drugstores will still have those little areas of like tiny little, you know, different size little button cell.
Right. Oh, are you there? We lost your audio. You there, Kelsey? Something happened. Leo, the wasteland is full of wild tech. Do you want to run us through your shop? How many batteries are you selling in your shop while Kelsey figures that out?
I'm selling mostly small armor pieces and consumables. It's easy to like cook stuff that anybody can appreciate, or craft level 1 little pieces of armor.
Yeah.
But I wanted to quick tell a story about my little back employees only area, where once I was like leaving the game on so my shop was still open so I could keep making sales.
Okay.
And I was just sleeping in my bed. And then I came back, you know, left it on for dinner, came back to the game, got up, and saw that both of these doors had been opened.
Oh no! So
Some
someone was just in there
wastelander had come in and
you?
just saw me sleeping. It's very creepy.
Is this guy for sale? They probably asked.
Right.
Kelsey, your audio's still not working here, unless I don't think I did anything on my end. Oh no, but
It's got the Discord mute symbol.
It does have that mute symbol. But we're all golden. I don't know why that would have suddenly changed all of a sudden. How often are people coming by this place?
Honestly, candidly, not as often as I'd expect.
What the hell's going on? People were asking, like, can they jump in live? But it's not like you can share the server or anything, right?
There's 24 to a server, so it's going to be a random chance if we're in the same one.
Okay.
I just noticed that my server I'm in has a bunch of high-level people doing a public event over there.
Oh, that's tricky.
Which are not my
Can you
target
guys
demo.
hear
So
me
I'm like,
now?
Yes, we have you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Perfect. What was going on over there?
I got a phone call, and apparently that ruins everything. I immediately ignored it, but you know, that's a fun new thing I've learned. If anyone wants to call me, they can ruin my screen time.
Oh, interesting. Would you mind tilting your camera down a little bit? The top of your head is really cool, but the only thing cooler is GameBoy batteries, I think.
I don't know. Oh, I brought some stuff that does not need batteries too. All right, let's find one that does.
Sure. Ooh, it's like, Donkey Kong Country? Sorry, Donkey Kong Land?
Country Land.
Ooh, what is going on with that?
Whoa.
Wait, is that the official?
This is the Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it says
That's a beautiful cartridge.
yeah, the
It is.
GB
It's
in
very
huge letters. Like, is that a standard thing for Japanese Game Boy cartridges? Or is
Oh,
that
they just instead of calling it Donkey Kong Land, they just called it Super Donkey Kong GB, like Game Boy.
All right, that seems okay.
Yeah. This one, with a lot of like the Game Boy is a region-free system, so you can put any cartridge in it and it'll just work automatically. But also, especially with Game Boy games, they just didn't even really bother making most of them in Japanese. Like there's not much text. I mean, I think this game actually does technically the save things, like your file names are in Japanese, but it's really like it's all
awesome.
icons, you know, like you don't need to, you can feel your way through it with no knowledge.
Yeah. Just like Leo on the guitar here. Leo, walk us through what you're doing, man. What are you playing?
I'm jamming to earn the well-tuned buff. That's a little perk of visiting people's random camps, is they have these a ton of little items, including musical instruments, that if you interact with for like 20 seconds, you walk away with a little buff for a while. So like as you're walking around, you have a little extra incentive to explore someone's camp and find all their little interactables, even if you don't want to spend any caps.
Is this your favorite Fallout game?
I mean, easily the one I've sunk the most time into.
Okay.
And, you know, yeah, New Vegas I have a lot of respect for, but I've never had that moment where I really sunk my teeth into it.
Huh.
So I think they would say this is my favorite.
And you went back to this in a big way after watching the show?
Yes. But was into it before then, too, because I'm a real one and not a poser.
Right, of course, yeah. It is kind of funny to think of, like, you know, where people jump back to. Like, I know Huber went back to Fallout 4. He's loving his time going back to that. And it's like, it is funny, just like, all right, you have your choices. Choose where you want to fulfill your fantasy of a couple different paths.
Totally. Millions of people split off and went into their own little Fallout worlds.
Yeah.
Whatever appealed to them for whatever reason.
I'm trying to think of, like, how much that kind of runoff enthusiasm for the Fallout games from, or just going to a video game from the success of a show or movie. Like, is there any other comparison? It's not like if there's, like...
Mario?
Well, yes, but, like, for other things. Like, is, you know, if a... Here's a question. Did a lot of people learn to ride a horse because of Beyonce's Cowboy Carter? Like, it's a terrible analogy. But just, like, you know what I mean? Like,
This
just...
isn't quite the same, but Pokemon Go made, like, just the regular Pokemon games extremely popular again.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, like, you know, after the movie Maestro came out on Netflix, and then everybody in the world was buying Leonard Bernstein albums.
Oh, yeah, what was that chess one? Everyone was,
Queen's Gambit. Yes, that's a great comparison.
Everyone was playing chess again after that.
Right.
And the Queen's Gambit board game.
That's right.
Somehow not chess.
It is so weird that Final Fantasy VII just said, like, yeah, we're going to have our own game, and it's going to be called Queen's Blood. And they said that, like, it was inspired by Queen's Gambit. Like, the show on Netflix. Like, just bizarre. Nico says, think more people will play Mortal Kombat after the new season of The Boys.
That's a good theory.
Hang on, what's that connection then?
Homelander is a DLC character.
Oh, okay, so it could kind of go the other way?
Right.
Oh, yeah, more people... Wait, is anyone going to just be a big Mortal Kombat fan and they have to check out The Boys because Homelander's in it? I don't know.
I could see that happening for sure. They're like, oh, damn, this guy's got some cool fatalities. And one of the characters that really, really embodies their, regular style of killing people in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Fittingly brutal.
This is a perfect comparison. That's not exactly it, but I like the idea. Rotten Rob says, I was always in the mood for The Sims after watching Big Brother. That makes total sense.
Oh, yeah.
I love that idea. Like, just a weird runoff enthusiasm.
That's great.
Kelsey, do you want to walk us through the do's and don'ts of soldering over there as you're going for it?
Yeah, don't touch the tip.
Smart.
It's, let's see, it is 450 degrees right now.
That's why they call it Fahrenheit.
So I use a Hako soldering iron, Hako 633. This is one of their cheaper ones, but this brand is really good, really nice, reliable. um, soldering irons. I honestly use kind of like overkill solder. This is a very thick, like, I don't know how clear that is, but this is a very thick, it's kind of like a very thick wire.
Yeah.
And it melts really easily. You definitely don't need it this thick. This just kind of makes it easy because you get a big glob when you touch this to this. I'm gonna waste a little bit here, but
Please.
and then most of them will come with, I don't know, how do I show this? So you have like this little, it's filled with steel wool here, and you just want to like clean it. You want to keep the soldering iron clean and not just like a buildup of gross melted metal. I don't really know what this is.
And so
it's a metal of some sort.
So you just rub it in the steel wool after every solder?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You just gotta be kind of precise with it. You don't want to hold the heat onto really anything for a super long time, just because again, it's very hot and it can destroy things. But all this is just like, it's just melting a very soft metal, in order to like break connections and put connections back together. And I keep opening ones that don't have batteries in them. I really thought some of them definitely do, but here we go. This definitely does. Basically all RPGs.
So you're melting the solder that's already in there. Is that the right terminology? I'm very dumb with this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and then taking the battery out and then putting the new solder goop in there.
Yeah, so you've got these two little like points there that look kind of just like big metal globs.
Right.
You, like melt those metal globs enough to be able to peel that off, and then put a new one in and put some more metal back on it so it stays put.
How consistent are the globs? Just some of them do you open up and you're like, Jesus, what was going on here?
These are made in a factory. Yeah, they're very consistent. People, on the other hand, not consistent.
Disgusting. Majora's my
and I
thing
like
for the
to
big
do,
sun.
not everyone does this, but I like to just take a little, like a little flat head kind of thing and just put the battery, like kind of start leveraging the battery up a little bit. It just makes it easier to grab and take off.
Right on.
More talented people don't need to do that, but it makes it easier.
How many hours in your life have you spent soldering, do you think? And is it more or less than Leo has spent in Fallout 76?
Ooh. It's probably less.
Okay.
It's because this just doesn't take very long. So I'm going very slow right now because I'm also talking, but I can speed through one of these in like 45 seconds if I really have to. Maybe. And I shouldn't say that out loud because now I'm gonna challenge myself.
We can actually start the clock. We'll have that's the grand finale of this episode, I think.
Okay.
So this is just something that like you can do in the back room of your store if you got some downtime. Like is it just today is only devoted to cartridge battery replacements? Yeah,
I mean it gets boring after a while, but I try to do we actually have one of these towards the front of the store too, just because it really is. This in particular is easy enough to do that if you have a couple free minutes and something came in, needs a battery change, you can just be like, I'll just knock it out real quick while I'm still keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I saw there was a comment for last week's New Show Plus where someone went to your store, Pink Gorilla Games in Seattle, and then didn't realize it was yours until after they left. They're like, oh, wait a minute, that was Kelsey's store! I don't know how they would have acted differently inside of it if they would have known that technically you run the store. But
someone came in yesterday and said that they were a MinnMax fan.
Really?
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, if you're watching,
it.
I don't remember if he said his name, but he was visiting from Berkeley and he was very nice. So I hope you're having a good time in Seattle.
Perfect. I still feel bad. I know you would never ask me a follow-up question, but I bought Fuse from Insomniac on the 360 from Pink Gorilla last time I was there, and I haven't streamed it yet. And so I feel like I'm letting Pink Gorilla down.
How dare you?
I'm not having fun with
no
the game.
No one ever buys games and then doesn't play them.
Yeah, it was just money going to you. It feels wrong. Although, not to spoil things, but if you're a big fan of Fuse from Insomniac, there might be an opportunity for you soon in a vote to determine whether or not somebody here at MinnMax plays it. Maybe not me.
Ooh.
Grizzled Gaming asks, Ben, can you take your change to the bank and read your cover letter during the stream just to complete the experience? That's actually a pretty good idea. I'll go get my change real quick. You guys are on your own.
Oh.
I thought we would have to, like, the community would have to organize and make them all tie.
Yeah, well, that would be really fun if someone, if the community could organize a 4-way tie, or like honestly, even if they got close, I'd be impressed enough to just be like, yeah, that counts.
Yeah, right.
Do you need to reapply solder every time? You definitely don't. No, honestly, I am kind of a lazy solderer, and I just do, like, I put a little extra glob on because it makes it a little easier, and there's really no real reason to do it. It just helps. You don't have to be quite as precise if you add a little bit more.
And Leo, what's your username and store name? I'm asking for a friend.
Rolled Goldman.
Rolled Goldman.
And it's welcome new Wastelanders. And I got on a server that's pretty empty. So I'm hoping if any new players join, there's room.
Can we go nuke Phil Spencer's house or whatever people were saying that they did? in the game?
Right.
Yeah, you better specify.
P3 is his name?
I think so.
Let's see. Where on the map was it?
Yeah.
That would really be something if he was in my game right now.
Do you think any, and this is a question for you, Kelsey. Do you think there's a single individual on planet Earth that fully owns a nuclear warhead?
Like one person?
Yeah. Do you think that?
Oh, that's a terrifying thought. I thought no, but
I don't know anything, but you would think somewhere on Earth somebody just like said, "Hey, Russia, I'll give you $30 million. Just let me own a nuke." I bet that's like a weird fantasy for some people.
Oh.
Oh, then yeah.
I really hope not.
I'm not saying I hope. I'm just saying if I had to put money on it, I would bet yes.
No.
Okay, here we go. This is almost this is now the trifecta of new show plus options for the week. Here's my change jar.
Yes.
You can see it right here. So I guess I'll just spend the rest
That's
of the
a
show.
weird change jar.
Thank you. Normally we don't like to shame people's change jars, Kelsey. They're not as big as yours.
It's like a bowl. That's not a jar.
We have a change bowl as well.
It's a change bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not. Sorry, that did come across as shamey. It's more just like when you say jar, I'm picturing a jar, and then
because that's like how the basics of how words work, I suppose.
right. Yeah,
Right,
when you
they have
say words, I
meaning.
picture the word, the meaning of the words that you're saying.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna try and count this up. I'm gonna be counting it up down here where you can't see it, and so at a certain point, everybody on Twitch, I'm gonna ask for the total, and then you get a Steam code if you're right. So don't mind me as I work on this. And Leo, what are you doing here, man? You want to walk us through your hot gameplay?
I'm just killing time, modding my weapons and whatnot.
Okay.
Using some of my base crafting materials to craft stuff that might have a little more value. I like my gun right now. It's kind of a sniper energy rifle. My build is kind of built around it. But I switched from my, you can have different loadouts of different perk cards. And I have one for when I'm roaming around exploring and one for when I'm at home crafting. That has, like, I can craft higher tiers of stuff, and crafting things is a chance to give me double the things. Like all these perks that aren't useful in normal gameplay, but when you're just at camp killing time, they're great.
And you're
Leo, if you were to like leave the game and come back, would it put you in a different server?
Yes. I server hopped a moment ago.
Oh, okay.
For just that
you are
moment.
trying to find some new people.
Right. This is
Is that your pattern when you play? Like you try to find the new people?
cruising for newbies.
I try to notice when there are
for
people at the
noobs.
camp and be there to greet them, but it's hard to always keep up on that. But you are like notified when you make a sale, so that'll tell me someone's there and I can hop back real quick
okay.
if I want to.
Fun.
But truly, most of my hours in this game, in the back 40 of my 80 hours, is going to different people's camps and looking at them and taking pictures of the pretty ones because then they become loading screens, the photos you take.
Oh.
Which is
That's
a very
cool.
cute feature.
And
Then you can buy, of course, stuff from people's camps, and some people have like valuable plans that I don't have. So I'm going to this camp because he has a ton of plans for sale, and I'm hoping that there's one that I want for cheap.
so you guys know about the Sacagawea dollar, right? I don't
Yes.
want to
Never
tease.
heard of it.
Well, I don't want to tease it too much, but I have 2 of them. But then I have.
Ooh.
Is there such a thing? A James Madison dollar? This is the thing anybody's familiar with?
Yeah, and then what's like the $half that he won?
There's,
You know what
the
I'm
old
talking
50-cent one? Was
Yeah.
it Eisenhower on that one?
Do they still make that?
I don't think so.
Ugh,
Yeah, it was
those were
kinda
so
like,
cool.
It's kind of like Surge. You know, you had
I went
like,
to
get it while it
a
was hot.
summer camp kind of thing, and that was like the prize they would give out was those big 50-cent coins.
Oh, it was JFK on it? On the 50-cent? Really?
Oh.
That's wildly recent. Because can you look that up? When did they stop making those, or start? Like it would have been like right after his death. It feels like. But I guess that's the right time, Leo.
That's the right time. That's when it's hottest.
Capitalize on those deaths.
They're trying to get in on that SEO optimization for an assassination.
Huge drop. Delbert's chili recipe
Ooh.
Ooh.
for a value of 0 caps being sold for 50.
Oh, come on, man.
I think I'm gonna go for it.
I think you gotta.
Can you can you make the chili and then sell the chili in your shop?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if it's a big selling item.
I'd buy it. I'm in the mood for some chili.
Yeah.
That sounds good right now. Are you guys beans in your chili kind of people or no?
Who ain't?
I mean, I definitely like it, but I also grew up with Hormel beanless chili, and I still love that
Okay.
now and again.
Do you know people that are like, no beans in my chili, please?
Yeah, I think it's a Texas thing. People used to
Really?
get weird about it when I lived there.
Huh.
I like beans. Beans are great.
Yeah.
I also really like corn in my chili, and I know that's kind of controversial, but
No, I think that seems great. I mean, cornbread dipped
Corn's-
in chili is fantastic, so why not just take it one step further and put a whole corn cob in there?
yeah.
Yeah, if morals are out the window.
All right, good. There's another Texan in here who likes beans and corn in their chili. I'm not alone.
Oh, good.
What a delightful little lodge here.
Oh.
Look
it's
at
cute.
the vibes.
Those are great vibes.
I'm starting to understand why we got some sort of automated system to count up change, because this is really hard to do.
It was a childhood thing. Like once a year, me and my sister and my cousins would go to my grandpa's house and dump out his giant bucket of change. I don't know how he accrued so much change in 1 year, but we would divvy it up, count it, and then split it evenly, and we'd get to keep it.
Oh, that's really good. You wouldn't just bring it right to the arcade?
I mean, it was mostly dimes, and you get laughed out of the arcade for that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna take a shower. NSFW warning.
Okay, should we hide your screen?
Oh
Oh,
no, I
it's
pulled
not
the
time.
curtain over. We're good.
Okay,
we're good.
great. And those are weird mutant fish for the design. That's very cute. Man, there's a lot in here. This is also I'm getting so much stuff. I get a euro, if you're into that.
Okay.
Looks like a Canadian dollar. Shout out to Haley. This is good where she lives. This is some yen. We've got that rolling here. This is just all over the world.
That's
Apparently, I
fun.
just emptied my pockets after trips. This is also yen. This looks British. Jesus. 10 pence. None the richer. Interesting.
Very interesting. So we're not taking guesses yet.
Not taking guesses yet on the total number, but we'll get to it.
Do you guys end up with Canadian money and you don't understand how you got it, or is that
Yeah.
just me?
No, I think there's like
Okay.
little fairies and gnomes that like slip it into your pocket when you're not looking.
Okay, so you do know where it comes from.
He's holding out on us.
Yeah.
Is your store just overwhelmed in Canadian money?
No, not really.
Good.
I don't. Yeah, I'm just not sure where it comes from because I so rarely go to Canada.
Yeah.
It just kind of winds up in my purse, and I'm like, I mean, people must just be accidentally giving me Canadian change, or purposefully when they accidentally get. Like, I think there's just a lot of accidental Canadian currency floating around, you know?
Yeah. Accidental Canadians floating around too.
That's right.
Unloved, unwashed. What is this? Oh my god, do you guys know that the €1 thing, it has, what is that, the Da Vinci drawing of like the sketch of the guy with like the arms out, you know, like the medical,
I know what you're talking about.
medical
Vitruvian
man.
man.
Yeah.
That's a great description of it.
That's a really cool
Da
idea.
Vinci's guy.
It's
Da
better than just
Vinci's
like,
guy.
here's another president's face. Like, we get the idea they had faces, but like showing art on there, that seems much cooler. Leo, what was the last place you applied to fit the cover letter theme?
The last place I applied to would have been Game Informer.
Wow.
Is that right? That's awesome.
I don't think I've tried since then. I've been pretty secure, you know.
Wait, well there
In
was
my
a
sense of self.
was the game or the Giant Bomb thing before that?
Yeah,
Giant Bomb East was before that. Okay.
it was in between the internship and the hiring, which I guess I consider the getting hired the applying still because I did interview and stuff,
Right.
even though it was kind of.
Did you have to submit a resume again?
I think I did. I remember in a
And then you're like, it's the
hurriedly
same one as
remaking
before,
it.
but now I've done an internship with you guys.
Right.
Right. And can I put that I interviewed at Giant Bomb here? Because that feels like a big deal to me, but
I don't know if you care.
not quite
Yeah.
a thing. So
So is my memory correct? That was all. It was all just kind of a sham interview process for bringing you on because like we were so effed and we needed you for E3. Is that what it was? There was a ticking clock of some sort.
Yes. I got hired like
Oh, I
days
didn't know.
before
I don't know
E3.
this lore. You
Yeah,
were a panic hire?
Pretty much. I didn't realize how much y'all needed me, and I
Oh,
would have
God.
reflected it when I asked for my salary if I did.
Psych.
Yeah. But yeah, because you were, you know, being very ethical and going like, it's probably you, but I don't want you to like quit your job or anything, and I did anyway. I put in my 2 weeks, and I was like, there's a chance I don't do this, but
Right. Right. Yeah. So it was. I forget what the idea was, but Wade was leaving. And so yeah, then it was like right before E3. I wonder what Wade's version of that story is for why he was leaving right then. I forget the exact specifics of it.
yeah, I wonder.
But I remember feeling so bad because Leo was an intern, a video intern, and we all loved him so, and thought he was funny and all that stuff. And so then, as Wade was giving his heartfelt speech, telling the entire staff that he was going to be leaving Game Informer, I just remember Jeff Cork turned to me and he mouths, "Leo, hire Leo." Like he was already like pitching for Leo. I was like, "Dude, Wade is still talking, saying he's leaving. Jesus Christ." So that's the greatest compliment I guess you could get.
I am very touched by that. We love Jeff Cork, folks.
Don't we, folks? Come
He's
on.
better in real life than you think he is, even. I would say.
Lorch Durden, thanks for the big subs on Twitch. Appreciate it.
Thanks everybody for not telling this person that I'm stealing all their stuff,
Yeah,
harvesting their crops, killing their bees with a chainsaw.
we can't have any rats here.
Yes, no rats, no rats.
No rats, no rats on the streams. No rats on the streams. God, where did I get
I've
all these
moved on
numbers?
to a Super Fan
Ooh.
Super Nintendo carts, by the way,
Nice. Do you want to
because
walk
I think
us
I've
through?
run through all my Game Boy ones.
Okay. Yeah, walk us through that process.
It's mostly the same, except these are harder because they're they go through the board and they're soldered on the back, and the original ones have longer, like, I don't know if you can. I already did one without saying anything, but they have like pretty long tabs on them, so it makes it easier to kind of thread through and solder on. But these guys don't have very long tabs, so it's still not very difficult, but I find it a little more difficult just because you don't really have as much, like, you got to kind of get it right on the little baby corner.
Sure. But it's not like you're wincing every time you have to do one of those compared to a Game Boy.
No, it's just a little more annoying.
Yeah.
Is all.
Very cute settlement here.
Ooh, that is nice.
Kind of haunted energy.
Right. Yeah, can you, did they add a bunch of stuff for the amount of things you can build with in this game and all that?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's part of the monetization for sure, is blueprints for, like, not a lot of new exclusive functionality, but, like, cooler skins for the same functionality.
Right.
And I did buy one of those packs because it was like a convenience store pack based off of Slocum Joe's coffee or whatever. I was like, this would be so perfect for what I'm going for with my camp.
You got to do it.
The shop is really cool, and there's always free stuff in it to get you to come, like, look around. So every time you log in, you just hop in and get some free stuff. And sometimes get tempted by other things. But I like it. I like the monetization. I think it's... You don't miss it when you're not doing it, when you have extra money to throw around to get, like, the subscription thing, the Fallout First, for a month. It's worth it because you get your currency back. Like, you get the entire amount of money you spent for the benefits of being the subscriber, as well as that amount in-game currency for the paid stuff.
That seems all right. Oh my gosh. There's a present at the bottom of this change jar. I can show you guys in a little bit. What is the idea for dimes? I'm just realizing now how tiny dimes truly are. I don't know if you all have ever seen a dime at home. It looks like this. But, like, why? Because everything makes sense for the size, except then the logic is the dime is smaller than a penny? Like, it's all a natural step down.
Well, it used to be made of silver, and that'd be more expensive than the penny's bronze, right?
Copper.
It's copper.
But to Ben's point, why make that one out of
Because they changed...
silver?
Huh. Well, I guess then you'd have the penny be made out of the more expensive thing?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. I don't know.
None of it makes very much sense.
All great questions.
Chat, you're right. I am converting myself into a huge fan of crypto as I'm dealing with the hassle of trying to navigate all these coins. We just gotta get rid of all this stuff, you guys.
This person locked their house, and it requires lockpick skill 3, and I only have 2. So I can't explore their cool house.
What don't they want to see?
Yeah.
They might have some resource generators in there. You can't, like, steal stuff from people's stash, but you can take stuff from their passive generators, their junk collectors and stuff, and their popcorn machines, which, yoink!
Nice. Hey, you know
Do you resell some of the stuff that you scavenge? Like, you gonna sell the popcorn to someone else?
You can. I really don't think anybody's gonna buy it. There's a part of me that thinks pandering to new players like this might trick them into buying some stuff that isn't actually that valuable, and that is a route I can take. But how could I sleep at night?
These things aren't even worth like one bottle cap.
Not really. I mean, it's totally up to you what you charge, though. You could charge $2,000. A lot of times you'll see stuff for sale that is value 0 set at 20,000 caps, whatever the max is, just so I guess maybe a rich player buys it by accident or buys it just to be nice and do a donation. Which maybe I should have something like that in case any rich players come by and dig my vibe.
I feel like popcorn's a good one for that. Like, if you really love the service.
That's the tip button, is buying a popcorn for 100 caps. Interesting.
what was the last job interview you had, Kelsey?
Like actual interview?
Yeah.
Might have been Pink Gorilla. No. I worked for like an events company for a little bit part-time, called the TPN, the Production Network. They do some really cool stuff. They actually work with Xbox a lot. And I did do like an actual interview there, and they did like a mingle thing first. Like, you go and meet everyone, and
Ooh, that's
they kind of
weird.
get to know you pre-interview.
That's
And that was,
that's
I'm
almost
trying
more.
to remember what year that was. That would have been like 2016 or something like that, 2017.
That's so much social pressure. Like, at least you have some data in your back pocket for like, here's why you should hire me. But then it's just like, hey, here's just a vibes check. Don't suck.
Yeah, it was rough. I don't remember like nailing it or anything, but you know, I found someone to talk to. I think I just ended up talking to the people who work on the Xbox account, because I was like, well, I know how to talk about video games and
Yeah.
video game events and stuff. You know, I'd been going to PAX for many years at that point, and a couple of the other ones. I'm like, yeah, I know how these work. I know what I know what drayage is on like a loading dock, and we talk about these things.
What is drayage?
It's like when the convention center. Hey, it's basically like, God, how do I even describe this? I shouldn't say I know things and then not be able to.
Yeah, you're kind of
It's like,
failing this vibes check, if I had to be honest.
I
with you,
know,
Kelsey.
yeah, I really am. It's like, so it has to do with like shipping things into the convention center. In a convention context, it usually means that like the convention itself is paying for that, so that you don't have to like find an outside or like use the union workers and pay the union directly to bring your stuff inside.
Huh.
But I think like literally it just kind of means like the shipping of things from to its final destination. But in that context, it's like you don't have to pay the union to do it.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't really see that side of you until I was researching your YouTube channel for that spiciest interview. But you are a skilled presenter. You were very natural.
Oh, thanks. I always felt so awkward doing YouTube. It's weird to talk into a camera by yourself. I can talk to you guys fine, but by yourself is a whole different beast. I think I'm out of stuff. I did not bring enough stuff.
Oh, you're fine. You can just
I'm just chilling now.
you can buy more stuff from Leo's shop, I suppose.
Yeah, Leo, you got any Game Boy games to sell me?
How's aluminum scrap? Could you maybe
That's
craft one
almost
out
the
of that?
same thing. Yeah.
All right.
I got a bunch of old batteries here. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't play with old batteries like that. Bad idea.
God, I remember playing on my friend's Game Boy as a kid, but I don't know what was going on. Like a battery inside of it exploded, and there was just like battery acid, like kind of just foamy, weird crap, like pouring out of the back of the Game Boy, but still being like, well, I guess I'll keep
Out
playing
of
this.
the game or the
The
Game Boy?
The Game Boy. It was like a battery, like, was all
Oh,
acidic
okay.
and gross and nasty. And I remember you had to like put
Yeah.
your hands on it because you didn't have like a case on the back of it.
Oh,
It was the worst day of my life.
I'm sorry.
Leo, do you have a Game
Yeah,
Boy?
AA batteries tend to explode.
Yeah, they should stop making them like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna unplug the soldering iron before I forget.
Smart. Are you a Game Boy little man, Leo?
Yeah, at various times in my life. I remember my Game Boy Advance SP. I got it, and like 2 days later, went on vacation with my family, and on the plane, it somehow like the pressure destroyed the screen or something.
What?
Or maybe it was literally just crushed by the weight of other luggage. But I took it out of the luggage, and the screen was warped and messed up.
Oh my god.
On your SP?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it had like a purple color on it, almost like this weird wavy shape filled in.
Weird.
Oh, like
that-
like a purple wavy shape on the screen itself.
Yes.
And it was like a solid thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess liquid crystal cracked. That's crazy.
Huh.
I don't really ever see that on those, because I feel like it would have to have been open for that to happen. Like
I
rather
wonder if
than
it was.
closed into a square.
Huh.
Like I just don't know how you would like. It's protected on both sides by being a big fat square, so I don't know how the screen would crack unless it was like open. But
I also think
So
Leo's
he's
lying.
sabotaged.
So, yeah.
yeah,
At the bottom of my change jar, Big €5, everybody.
Ooh.
Surprise.
So do these count for counting your change?
No, because I can't do that conversion in my head. So I hope that's
so
okay.
we need to omit these
So I am omitting and
entirely?
there is so much. Also, there's a couple of screws, a thumbtack, Minnesota Tonight button. But look at all this. Hang on. This is a lot of international currency. If I tried to deposit this at a bank, they'd be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Look at all this. All international stuff.
That's crazy.
Alex says, Kelsey, my Game Boy turns on and still makes noise, but the screen is solid white. Can I fix it? Do you know what's going on?
Screen is solid white when you have games in it too. This is gonna sound like I'm calling you stupid. I promise I'm not. Check to make sure the contrast isn't turned all the way up.
Oh.
Or all the way down.
And there was a slider on the original
Game Boy?
Game Boy?
If it's still making noise and still like sounds like it's playing, and it's just solid white, that honestly just sounds like the contrast is all the way up. And the contrast like button could be stuck or broken or something, but
yeah.
That would be the first.
But there's no shame if that is the case. Zayat asks, have y'all gotten a load of the new Minnesota flag yet? Are they even out yet? I saw one of those new Minnesota flags dangling on a flagpole naturally outside somebody's house by my place. And I was like,
which one won?
It's fine. It's like a blue thing. But I was like, who is this person that's so into it that they like buy the flag immediately? Like we're hanging it outside the door the first day they're available. It's very impressive. Mm-hmm. But we
not to make everyone panic and freak out, but we did get a level 1 person spawning. They just came out.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They're getting closer.
Them. Wait, is it just this boring blue one?
No, it's the red hot design one that's going to last for 1,000 years. Blue one? Is that the one you're looking at?
I guess this is cool in that it would make a good background for other stuff. Like it's you can put stuff in front of it, but that's
it's not our proudest moment. It's I guess better than the other one, but there were a couple designs that were cool that had more of like snow interweaving in.
Yeah,
it's simple.
That just kind of looks like you guys are doing like a weird bootleg Texas thing over there.
Yeah, that's kind of how you could describe a lot of us. Do you want to, Kelsey? This is completely your call. Do you want to go down a terrible racist rabbit hole in Minnesota, conspiracy theory stuff?
Careful.
You can say no, and we go right back to Twitch chat and be lovely.
I mean, you piqued my curiosity, and I think you knew you were doing that.
Yeah, sorry. So I saw several people I know from high school post about this on Facebook. I'm like, surely we can't be that stupid as a people. What is happening? But apparently, so there's a pretty sizable Somali population in Minnesota, and apparently that flag, vaguely, kind of, sort of, the colors looks like a flag from like one region in Somalia. And so a lot of
blue and stars?
Yes, genuinely yes. Like it's that abstract. It's not like the Somali flag. It's like a region, like a state or a province within Somalia. So there's just this weird kind of conspiracy theory of like, they took away the Minnesota state flag and they replaced it with a Somali flag. Look at this, how dare they? It's like a weird cultural war point for a lot of people. Oh, sorry. Sarah's in the chat. She says, you're going to scare Leo's customer away. Yeah, sorry. We'll stop talking about these racists in Minnesota. But it's like, really? Do you really think this is the grand conspiracy? Is they got rid of your flag so we can get a region's flag from Somalia? Anyways, it's not important. Leo, can you go lure this man to your shop?
Oh, sure.
Okay, great.
Well, I started really shredding really hard.
Yeah.
I've never jammed that long before.
It's impressive. They're shooting because they're so excited about the sales?
Clarified that it's a Game Boy Advance SE, so there's not a contrast button on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've got a guy here. There's a guy here already. Level 34.
Okay, take it away.
Hi, welcome to Goldman's Basics for Cheap. Come on in and check out our wares, or just kick back and have a good time. Yeah, play that. Yeah, great.
He isn't talking. Can you hear him?
No, he's not talking.
But he can hear you?
I think so.
He's playing. Okay, he stopped pointing his gun at everything. Sure, that's good. Good.
Leo, I think he's really digging your store.
You're doing great. Pick up that spare now. You hear? Nice.
Now, Kelsey, do you think this is a bit needy?
job.
If you're running a store, do you think Leo should back off a little bit?
Little needy.
This would scare a lot of guys.
Nice frames. Good job building those frames. Need to use the restroom?
Yeah,
It's right over here.
the following right behind him everywhere he moves.
Yeah, I hate that when I go into a JC Penney's and they're like, "Hey, do you need to use a restroom? Are you cool? You need a restroom? You all right?"
Yeah, have you ever been into a store where like every time you like look at something, someone comments on it, and it's just the
Yes.
most uncomfortable? Like, you know, looking at a dress or something, like, oh, that'd be such a great color on you. Yeah,
No, this
that
is
pattern's
normal.
excellent. I'm like, no, it's not. No.
This is normal. This is normal. Oh, thanks for your purchase. A great prices, I think you'll agree.
Leo, we're doing it.
The popcorn functions as kind of a tip button if you like the store. Crushing it. Crushing it.
Yeah. He's buying everything.
Right on my plans that I had priced for new players to be able to afford them.
Tell him he has to talk to you, though.
Howdy, thanks for your purchases. Got anything to say to me?
Wait.
Oh, that's for employees only, sir.
I like that he looked directly at you and then did that.
And just open the restroom door and closed it. We got a pervert on our hands.
How much money do we make? How much money do we make? Not that it's all about the money.
Have a nice day.
Wherever you went.
Yeah. Might have fast traveled.
Oh yeah, he
he's
didn't get to meet Kelsey.
underneath.
Dang it.
He kind of walked right past her. I mean, I
Okay.
guess I'm wearing those goggles. It's a little freaky. It's
You look
this is
busy.
why we keep our repair guy in the back.
Mm.
I made like 40 caps. Not bad.
Hey,
That's great.
impressive.
What's your operating cost? Are you paying in rent for this place? How much am I making?
These are all such great questions. I'm sure you're being compensated fairly. With room and board. This level 1 person has not moved from the spawn, which weirdly happens a lot. I don't know what's going on with that, so I am going to go talk to him. Go introduce myself.
Do you think that's like they're just not playing? Like they're not there yet? They went and got up and got a drink of water or something?
Or their game crashed once they got to the
Oh,
real game
okay.
outside of the little interior.
Yeah.
I'm doing some coin math, so don't mind me.
Mm.
These
Gotta
are
do that counting.
people they added content bit by bit to the start
so
here
these
to
are-
remind you that there are human characters now.
Oh, okay.
So they just
I
stand
did
there.
play this when it first came out, and I
really?
didn't hate it nearly as much as other people did. I thought it was kind of fun, but not enough to, still be playing now.
Right.
Did you
This
play?
person is not here.
Did you get into the multiplayer side of thing, or just kind of play it as a single player thing?
I played it with my partner at the time.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, we're getting close, folks. Oh my gosh, let's see. All right, if my math is correct, then I need to add up these things. So again, we're gonna have you guess how much money was in that change jar. Whoever gets it. So Leah, how should this work? They get a Steam code, but the odds of them getting it exactly right. So how do you determine everybody gets one guess? Like, how do you do? I guess that's
One guess, Price is Right rules.
yeah, one guess. We'll see if you guess twice and you're kicked out of this whole thing.
Right.
Are you doing like Price is Right rules, like low or
I don't think
closest
so.
without going over?
I
or
love Price is Right, but that feels like a weird default that is kind of seeped into
Okay.
our society.
Wow. That's the most controversial thing I've heard you say.
yeah.
Even after the whole racism rant.
Isn't it weird though? It's like, why is that a better system? The Price is Right
guessing-
rules?
Going over.
Are guessing kind of low, I feel like, but maybe I need to just see the change thing again. Maybe
Hmm.
oh, you know what? Maybe it's not that much.
It does seem arbitrary. I'm with you.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, there's a sign for a in-world bar. In-world little place to go here.
Oh,
and
that's
it's kind of,
cool.
I bet it's stealing my business.
Competition. No,
yeah.
competition is healthy. We have another
No.
game store right down the street.
Oh my god. Okay, everybody, I have the number. I have the total right now. So if you're on Twitch, you get one guess.
Hi, Jacob.
Oh, hang on.
Hello.
You're going to break the overlay, Jacob Geller. What have you done? What have you done? But thank you for being here. Your face is front and center. Jacob, do you want to have a guess for how much money was in my change jar?
$3.70.
No. Okay, let's see. Do you know that you're live right now?
I assumed.
Okay.
I'm surprised that. Were we
still
just
in-
supposed to start now?
Yeah, we are
but we're
still in
we're
New
still
Show
wrapping
Plus.
up New Show Plus technically.
Didn't say anything
Oh,
about
okay.
it.
So okay.
How
So,
thrilling.
yeah, so let's see. Get those numbers out there, everybody. Guess the amount of money in this change jar. You get one guess. Everybody's all over the map. We have some people $19, $8, $12.62, $30, $28, $70, $42.79. Get your guesses in, everybody on Twitch. And then Jacob, just so we can get Kelsey's face back on the screen, would you mind jumping out until we wrap up New Show Plus?
Yeah. How long do you think it'll be?
2 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye. All right. Thank God that.
Did you
frickin'
like my
guy.
new look, though?
Yeah. It is
Growing
kind
that mustache was a lot of work.
I would describe it as a little Jacob-y, but other than that, I think it was really good.
He doesn't own
Oh
that.
no! Now Haley's here.
Haley, will you get out of here? We're trying to wrap up New Show Plus.
Hi,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this Haley or is this Harold?
Harold.
Oh, welcome, Harold. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Hey. Hey, Harold.
Nothing.
I've been meaning to ask you, how much money's in the change jar?
$4.50.
$4.50. All right, cool. Thanks, Harold. All right, well, do you want to bow out so we can get the overlay fixed while we wrap this show up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bye, Harold.
What is this? What did I miss?
All right, Harold, do you want to explain yourself or just want to bow out?
Yeah, sorry, I had to switch my. Is my audio normal now?
Yeah, it's normal now.
Leo, I was trying to join your server for an hour to prank you and have a voice
No.
changer, and I could not find you. I had a voice changer ready. I was gonna mess with your shop. I joined probably 120 servers.
Oh
could
my
not find you.
God.
That would have been awesome.
Oh well, that's my little reveal. I'll bow out so the layout looks good.
All right, thank
Damn.
you. Bye.
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 Okay,
I still don't know what Harold is.
that was the voice changer that she was using. To
And there was no prior warning of that. Hanson's just really good at rolling with it.
so she told me that's why I asked about the name of the server, because she said she was trying to get in with a voice changer, so I knew it was a thing. I'm normally not that cool with suddenly somebody with a weird voice jumping in.
Okay, I thought maybe I I try to watch a lot of MinnMax content, but I thought maybe I missed a new show plus or a bonus pod somewhere along the way, and
No, that was
a new
extremely
new
confused.
character, a new lore.
We're not bringing Jeffem back. It's cheaper to just have Haley do 2 cohorts.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the grand finale of Leo and Kelsey's little repair shop, of course, the total amount of change comes to $32.71, which means Sammy Miracle Whip, you won a Steam code, guessing $30. I believe you're the closest.
That's my good friend Samir. The fix is in.
Oh, Samir, I'll be damned. Samir, are you in the
better split that with
Discord?
me.
If you're in the Discord, you want to send me a DM, find some way to message me, or we'll get your contact info after the whole thing. Send me a DM on Discord if you're in there, everybody. Way more money than I was expecting it to be. Yeah, there's a lot of damn cash here. But hey, that's it for this episode of New Show Plus. Thanks everybody for letting us have a funky outlet where we get to create weird shows every week and sometimes make the ultimate hybrid of all those shows, which is what we experience here today.
Your votes literally have so much power that it fused these 2 shows
Yeah.
inseparably. It's one show
And I
now
think
on the poll.
so. Well, next week it'll be the same fused show. So you guys could keep adding like a weird. We could create this incredible chimera of
Oh.
show fusion.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, so $10 tier at the Backstage Pass tier, you can vote for where this whole thing goes in the future. But thanks so much for being here, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Kelsey, great job soldering.
Thank you.
Halo, Leo, beautiful job selling stuff. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back next week, everybody. See you next time. Goodbye. Every week, we let Patreon supporters choose which new show we create with New Show Plus. Should we create another episode of the show you just watched? Check out the biggest new game release? Get into Sea of Thieves? Create an exercise show? It is your call. So thanks to everybody who subscribes on YouTube or supports us over on Patreon. MinnMax exists because of you. As always, if you enjoy MinnMax content, any help telling a friend is appreciated.